Welcome back for the final round here at General Games in Caulfield, Melbourne. This is the grand finals. On our left, Matt Larkham, who we've seen a few times before. On our right, Thomas Sullivan, who we've seen before. Both members of Team TCM.
Yeah, the TCM mirror.
Yeah, so Sullivan looks like he's taking Mulligan to 6.
Yeah, it looks. So he's taking the mull. I believe Matthew was on the play, given the standings from the top 8.
Fist bump to let the game go.
Yep.
Matt's on the play. We've had confirmation.
Yep, Matt is on the play. So I'm guessing he's kept his 7.
Yeah, it looks like he's kept his 7.
Yep.
So this matchup will be heavily... being on the play for Matt will be heavily in his favour if he can have a turn 1 Divining Top. He can play around basically everything, creatures and Thought Not Seers,
Yeah,
if he's able to manipulate top and just live off the top cards of his library.
Yeah, of course. The Miracles deck plays very much, with the top 3 cards of their library being part of their hand.
Yep.
Um,
And to a large extent, a large amount of the time, the Miracles deck is at its strongest on the top 3. It can hide it from discard. It
yeah,
can
of course.
Miracles things. Obviously, Charleston 1 makes tapping Divining Top during your opponent's turn a bit harder.
Yeah, of course. The ideal hand for Sully in this in any regard would be to try and get a Chalice out on 1.
Chalice on 1,
as fast as possible.
if he can get it on turn 1 and Matt doesn't have a turn 1 Divining Top.
Yeah.
However, I would be very surprised to see Matt keep a turn 1 without, a 7 without turn 1 Divining Top.
I mean, as we said, these players are on the same team. I imagine they've done a lot of testing together, so they would be quite well versed with each other's decks.
They are a team in name only, I think.
Oh,
Sullivan down on Mulligan, down to 5.
yeah, he's down to 5. This is going to be rough.
So he's got the cards he wants, though. He's got the Reality Smasher and a Thought Not Seer and a Warping Whale. He just needs the mana. I think he has to keep this.
Yeah. Look, I think,
Scry's a waste to the top. Look, he's halfway there.
Yeah, he's already in a good spot.
And he's on the draw, so it's really Mulligan to 6, right?
Yeah, it's not too bad. He's still somewhat at the mercy of the Miracles player. What is interesting is Matthew is playing a Esper Miracles deck.
Yeah, the Esper Miracles deck, it's basically the same. You get Painful Truths instead of... Well, there is no card advantage spell in Miracles, but
Yep.
you get Discard and... Well, I guess you always had Surgical, right?
Yeah, of
mana
course.
free. But he gets Cabal Therapy, which is a combo
Yes.
with Mentor,
Yep.
and Painful Truths.
Yeah.
So-
The truth's giving you back some of the cards that you need to keep playing.
Yeah, and
there's
as
the
predicted, the turn 1
turn one
Dividing Top from Matt
Yep. Very strong.
off a basic island.
So looking at Matt's hand, I saw a path. I saw
Sword splashes.
Swords rather.
This is Laguchi.
Yes. Swords, and it was definitely a Forcible and a Brainstorm. Now a Tundra. Can't see the other cards.
So Brainstorm, particularly powerful in
Yep.
Miracles.
Yeah, very strong. Power of the deck obviously is the combination of Brainstorm and the fetch lands, being able to decide what you want on the top of your deck.
So Matt's drawn a Cabal Therapy, Flooded Strand, and Ponder.
Yep.
Off his Brainstorm. I think he's got enough land so he can put back the Tundra.
Yep.
Keep 1 fetch land. Use the Marsh Flats to go get a basic swamp if he wants to play around the Wasteland, and then he's got the Flooded Strand to go get the basic plains.
Sure.
I guess in the dark, what would you name against on a mull to 5, right? There's not a heap of options. I guess you just name the thing that you're scared of most, which would be Chalice.
Yeah, I think just straight up your name Chalice, because you're going to be doing your thing regardless. And against this deck, I mean, is the only thing that's going to allow him to easily get a foot back in the game, I would imagine, is a Chalice.
Yep.
It turns off a lot of your deck until you answer it.
Or he could just name one of the Haymakers.
That's true. I mean, it's not unlikely for him to name Thought Not Seer here.
Yep. There's a lot of valid choices and a lot of terrible choices. So
So we'll see what he names. Looks like he's having a think.
So we'll get confirmation from the producer and let you know
Yeah.
momentarily.
Yeah, we will find out.
He's going to, he
Name's
names Chalice.
Yep. Yeah, as expected. So Thomas showing down. Haha! I do not have one.
He actually named Chalice on 1.
Specifically. So no Chalice, but he now does know what he's playing against and around.
So I think Matt in the next turn will be able to Cabal Therapy again
Yep.
to take the Thought Not Seer.
Yeah, definitely. And taking away...
Or he could take away the Smasher, plough the Thought Not Seer,
Yeah.
and then what's Sully left with?
Yeah, of course. It depends what he's worried about the Thought Not Seer taking out of his hand.
He's got a Force of Will, so he can Force Will anything relevant.
Yeah, it's true.
Matt's in a great position. He just needs... if he can find a Terminus, this will just about clean the game up.
Yeah. At this point, he's in a very strong position. I mean, it's rough for the Eldrazi deck is typically quite a fast deck. Obviously, it plays some prison pieces and it plays some very quick creatures.
Yeah, we're seeing the problems now of drawing one card a turn.
Yep.
When Sully's playing on 1 mana a turn,
Yep.
his deck struggles even more than
No,
it
of course.
normally would.
Obviously, with all the fast mana, enabling you to play your 4 drops and your 5 drops, 2 turns faster than you should.
And 2 is the new 1 anyway.
Yeah, of course.
Deathrite Shaman, 1 mana 1/2 with 4 abilities.
Yeah, of course. Just a little pushed.
5 actually gets to attack and block, not just one. Not just one of the
Gets to
other.
block a lot. Surprisingly, a lot.
Blocks my Goblin Lackey way too much. So Sally looking at Umazal's Jite, Smasher, Warping Whale, the thing that makes everything a swamp, Urborg, and the Thought Not Seer.
Yeah, that thing.
And Matt, having a look at the top, there was a Force of Will. He's drawn the Daze. Daze will be particularly ridiculous in this situation.
Yeah, Day's really strong as well.
So Warping Whale can make a token which will sack to give him 4 mana.
Yep.
I think we let this go
Yeah, I think you just accept it.
and hope there's no Cavern of Souls off the top.
Cavern off the top is definitely.
A Dragon Egg.
Oh, I love it.
Promo from the original Pokemon movie, which I saw in cinemas, giving my age.
I love how pretentious Magic players are using other card games' cards as tokens. So pretentious. So that will crack for 2 mana.
For 2 mana? No, it makes a...
Oh, so it makes 1 mana.
It makes 1 mana. So 1/1 Scion token.
Of course, yeah, it's the Scion. So with
And off the top, City of Traders. So it really depends what Sullivan wants to play around.
So access to potentially 5 mana.
I know that Matt has gotten a lot of people with his Days, and does Sully want to play into it?
Yeah, of course. Are you considering the possibility of a Daze here? If
he taps out, 100%.
I mean, on Tom's end, on Sully's end, are you expecting your opponent to?
I think at this stage he can't afford to play around it.
Yep.
He needs to just. There's two schools of theory on this in Magic gameplay.
Sure.
One is he should conserve all his resources.
Yep.
The other is you have no choice but to slam things and go ham.
Yep. Of course.
I always edge on the side of going ham.
Yeah, of course. Moving forwards, like you're more likely to win by taking steps towards it than not. And besides, making your opponent have it sometimes is just the best way, right?
Yep. I mean, what's Matthew done really? He's spun top a lot, cast a cantrip, and a Coil Therapy. So he's gonna get blown out for this play by topping and then dazing in response.
Yeah. So
Matt looks at a hand of Force Wheel, counterbalance, and Gitaxian Probe.
Yep.
On the top cards of his library.
That's a nice mix of cards.
So I think he'll be very happy to draw counterbalance as Force Wheel fodder if he needs it.
Yep.
But the shuffle is definitely somewhere he could be.
Yep, for sure.
But Daze and Smasher
with the fist pump.
Matt very happy about that. Sully's very behind now.
Yeah, Sully's in a rough spot. So is Matt going to be looking to draw and play? Or actually, does he have the mana to be able to play the counterbalance next turn?
The counterbalance will do nothing.
He's not interested in playing it?
No. He can't anyway with his mana base.
Yeah.
We're on.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's not much. So he bounced the iron for the day, so he plays it back just for the ponder. So the counterbalance obviously not. I guess Matt not having enough big stuff in the deck.
No, the deck's 1 to 3 really.
Okay, so it's not going to be really countering anything relevant.
Force of Will being the only exception.
Sure.
The other thing is that Cavern of Souls off the top will nullify any game plan of play like blue-white control go.
Sure.
So I like Matt's position here. He's kept a blue card on top of his library and he's got a blue card in his hand, so he can double force if he needs to.
Yep.
I thought he had another Cabal Therapy, so I must be mistaken. Otherwise, I think he would have used it.
Yeah, no, I don't think
maybe he put it back with his brainstorm.
He might have just thinking that it just wasn't worth it. He'd rather just play his game plan.
So 2 mana, 3 mana, 4 mana, and this would be the Thought Not Seer, which I imagine.
Yeah, instantly Force of Willed.
He can leave the plow for the other stuff and protect information as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, now Sully doesn't get to look at his hand. Sully doesn't get to take a card away.
And there's nothing left in Sullivan's hand. Umezawa's Jite, and I believe another land.
Yeah. Look, things looking rough.
And the draw for the turn, a big one in Monastery Mentor. This will close out the game.
Yeah. So Matt's going to be looking to play that and just start bolstering, getting lots of tokens in play and making them big the next turn.
I like drawing the Mentor and having Force Will at a pinch to save it. Or if there's a Dismember, which I think could actually, that is the card in Sullivan. Yeah, it's a Dismember in Sullivan's hand.
Yeah, so just got all the bases covered here, it seems.
This would make me rage tilt. I will draw this.
This would lead to a drop. Is that what you're saying?
No, I dropped after turn 1 show and tell.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Still the goblin.
I'm still a goblin man at heart. I played Team Australia, which is Grixis Delver with Tombstalker today, but
okay.
I still lost to show and tell anyway.
Typically not a favourite matchup for goblins, I don't think. Or should you have a good showing there?
Show and tell is awful.
Yeah. So there we go. So Mentor played,
and Sally immediately casts Dismember, which
will be Force of Willed,
as expected. Force Willed. He won't get a token. Oh no, he will because it entered the battlefield.
It did enter. Yep. So now top is on top.
How's that rewarded for saving your creature?
Yep.
With a 1/1.
Seems fine.
However, Sully's not out of this. He's got a Jite in hand, which will easily contain the Mentor.
Yeah. If he needs to resolve the Jite, he needs to get something in play, some creature.
So I think that's an Ancient Tomb.
Ancient Tomb. That's good. It's quite helpful.
So a Jace Vryn's Prodigy.
Jace coming in.
I'm very on the fence about this. Jace in your Terminus deck.
Yeah. It seems
because Mentor's not really like 1 for X, right? It's just a 1. It's just if you Terminus, you just lost 1 card.
Yeah, of course. How many cards currently in Matt's graveyard there?
Quite a few.
I believe it'll be an instant flip on activation.
Yes. So Smash we're getting for 5. I assume next turn Matt will Swords to Plowshares the Reality Smasher, discarding whatever he draws, unless it's a good one. But it's just a Tundra, so I think he's happy to let that go.
Yep.
Buff his team up and get in.
Yep.
One thing I would like to see Matt do is just attack.
Yep.
Maybe flip Jace or whatever Jace does.
Yeah, there we go. So Jace is definitely flipping.
And then in response to the equip, Swords to Plowshares the Reality Smasher.
Yeah.
Make him spend his mana.
Just get maximum value out of it. Yep. So he's going to flip Jace.
So he draws a Gitaxian Probe.
Draws Good Probe.
I think that's the card to discard. It makes no sense. He's losing both cards to use the Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah, of course. Git Probe at this point, not all that relevant. Your opponent has, I believe, no cards in hand.
I mean, he could use it to cycle.
Yeah, at worst, you're drawing a card, but I mean, it's not. You don't need to. Like, it's not necessary right now. You've got a very good onboard state.
He decides to.
Does it main?
Discard the Source.
Sorry, of course. Discard Source.
So he can flash it back.
Yeah. Okay. Greedy.
Matt the Spice Man.
Greedy. Is that just he just wants to see what his opponent might be playing with, or?
So Matt will have to discard a card.
Or he's just playing it purely in the hope because he wants to more tokens, more Mentor tokens.
I guess that's actually a point I hadn't considered. He can now use Gitaxian Probe to pump up the jam more.
Yeah.
So as expected, Matt's a much better player of his deck than I am of his deck.
Yeah, definitely demonstrating some very tight play with the Miracles deck.
So he'll attack for 4 and 3. So
4 and
7.
3. Yep, 7.
I still think I would have liked... Yeah, and now we're seeing the struggles of the Eldrazi deck. 1 dead draw, and now that there is Jace...
Yep.
Can he flashback it again? Or can he flashback a spell again?
No, the flashback, it would be a replacement effect. So if it's cast from flashback, it would...
I think, and Matt's drawn a Snapcaster Mage, so he's got a Swords to Plowshares and Snapcaster Mage in hand.
Yep. So if a card is cast with flashback, regardless of what happens, it will be exiled after it's resolved.
Oh, no, sorry, can Jace flashback something else?
In terms of loyalty. In terms of loyalty.
Yes.
I'm not sure. I think he comes in with... He can definitely flashback instantly, and then I don't think you can do it again. I don't think you can go down twice.
So Matt smashes in for 5, and Sully top decks a Chalice. He can put it on 1. I don't think it'll matter.
Yeah, at this point, it's a bit late. The Mentor's going to look at that smile.
It Swords to Plowshare, one of his own creatures.
Yep.
Buff the team. It's counted.
It's counted. Get another. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't. If anything, it's taking steps backwards there. Matthew?
Here at General Games in Melbourne and Caulfield. A great turnout today. 25 for Sanctioned Legacy.
Yeah, Sanctioned Legacy, very amazing. I mean, the Melbourne Legacy communities are obviously a lot of very close players.
Yeah.
You guys play quite regularly.
We play weekly, and usually there's some weekend event that's usually sanctioned.
Yeah, of course. And this has been a good one. I mean, teams have showed up, and people have showed up to jam some games. So board wise, what are your thoughts here for Matt? Like, what's Matt getting rid of? Is he getting rid of the counterbalances? Is he just going to ball them out completely?
I think the counterbalance has to go straight away.
Yep.
That's the first thing to come out, and he's bringing in Disenchants, which will help immensely.
Yep.
He just wants relevant answers and threats. Note from our producer.
Apparently,
someone's bringing in a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
We might need to get a judge call on legal cards
To go with your Pokemon cards.
Yeah, so Thomas with the Yu-Gi-Oh card there, showing even more pretentiousness. So the Eldrazi player, what are your considerations here? What do you need?
Ratchet Bomb's definitely coming in.
Yep.
It's a clean way to answer the Mentor.
Yep.
If not the Mentor itself, but the tokens, which is usually more scary.
Yep.
Anything that he can bring in. So he would have a lot of anti-creatures. Like cards like Dismember are probably not very good.
Yeah, no, because your opponent's going wide.
Pithing Needle, great on Sensei's Divining Top.
Yep.
He can bring in more sphere effects. So
of course.
He's thumbing a Sphere of Resistance in his hand, that card at the very top.
Yeah, being on the play obviously makes the prison pieces a little bit stronger.
I heard Sally did go turn 1, Chalice on 1, turn 2, Chalice on 2, turn 3, Trinisphere against the Miracles player.
Oh, you just cry.
That's enough to prompt scoop
Yeah,
mode.
there is no outs in the deck at that point, I don't think.
It's like Cars Mentor.
So
that's about it.
An interesting card I think that was mentioned is that I think Thomas Sully is playing Forcefield on the board.
Yeah, so Forcefield's an interesting card. It reduces the damage dealt by any one creature to 1.
2/1. So regardless of how big the Mentor or how wide the Mentor goes, he's taking 1 per token.
1 per token, yeah. The problem is you have to activate it. It's like Soil Protection.
Oh, okay, yep.
So if he wants to use Ancient Tomb to be not even a healing salve, right?
Yep.
Just like gain 1 life.
Sure.
I mean, functionally 1 life is better than losing 2.
Yeah, of course.
But honestly, this will just if Sally can get a faster start.
Yep.
And look, his draws really did not cooperate with him.
No,
in that game.
not at all. I mean, obviously Mull to 5, which is rough in any matchup.
And I found that the Eldrazi, there's claimed that the Eldrazi deck is highly favoured over Miracles.
Okay,
I find that to be absurd.
fair enough.
There is no deck that is highly favoured
Yeah,
over Miracles.
I think Miracles is the rock of the format. I mean, it's got an acceptable matchup against almost anything.
Except Goblins. If it has Mentor, though, much more difficult.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Goblins being a little bit rogue in the format, but
for the Eldrazi player, he really has 8 relevant threats in Thought Not CR and Reality Smasher.
Yep.
And Terminus ignores everything. And at the end of the day, Sully is drawing 1 card a turn, sometimes 2 with the Endbringer.
Yep. So he's relying on getting some prison pieces in play and preventing the Miracles player from being able to do...
Yes.
Just being able to answer his threats. We didn't see any of the Esper... Oh, no, we did. Yes, we did. We saw the Cabal Therapy. Yeah, interesting. So that might also come into play again from Matthew.
If he can go Gitaxian Therapy, which is the words for Gitaxian Probe into Cabal Therapy.
Of course, yep.
Take the first good piece.
Yep.
Play a Jace, flash it back.
Yeah.
It makes life very difficult for non-blue decks when they have their hand torn apart.
Yeah, of course. And very, very effectively torn apart, not just removed.
Yeah. You can keep all those lock pieces. If you can't kill me, they're not doing much.
Yeah, exactly.
So players finish shuffling up. Let's have a look at their opening hands. So I see a Diabolic Edict, a Disenchant, a Force of Will, a Brainstorm, and 2 Brainstorms, 3 Brainstorms.
Wow. So we got a Wasteland, a Simian Spirit Guide, I believe.
Yep, a City of
City
Traders.
Traders.
I believe there's a Warping Whale.
Is that
Warping Whale, excellent in this matchup, but
Yeah.
the rest of the hand, it was a treading water hand.
Yeah, of course.
Eldrazi
Of
cannot
course.
be
No,
cannot
you-
be the control deck.
Yeah, you need to just get things in play and do it quickly.
A good rule of thumb in determining whether your hand is good enough is not lands and spells and a healthy mixture.
Sure.
The Mike Flores article, Who's the Beatdown?
Yep.
It was written sometime in 1997,
Yeah, a long time ago, yeah.
and it's still a relevant article.
Yep.
It's in Patrick Chapin's book, The Art of Deck Building, or
Yeah, right.
or,
Yep.
or How to Play Magic
Yep, of course.
101.
Yep.
But yeah, and in this matchup, if we apply who is the beatdown and who is the control deck,
Yep.
Sully is quite obviously the beatdown deck.
Yep.
Trading water hands that you know, great. You can counter and treat the angels with your
But you're
Warping Whale.
not taking any steps forward to
No,
winning the game
exactly,
yourself. Yeah.
exactly. He's always going to be progressing. Where all Matt wants to do is slow down the game,
So
and Sully's mulliganing again.
oh,
a no
down,
land
down to
hand.
5 again.
It's a
Oh.
shame that the final was decided this way, but
Yeah, I mean, look, that's the small
that's the
downside.
nature of this sport. Sometimes
It is the variance in Magic can do this, but it's also the variance in Magic that can make the game so much better than any other card game.
Yeah, sure. I agree on that one. The off-sided example of if you don't like variants, go play chess.
Yeah, of course.
Super Smash Bros. Is much more fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Competitive melee is another hobby of mine.
It is. What is your go-to character in Super Smash?
Falco.
Falco, oh, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
It's what is it? It's either Falco, Marth, or Sheik, or Fox. I'm not a fan of Fox though.
Producer happy with the choice of Falco.
So Sally, I like Sally's hand. It's not great, but he can have turn 1 Chalice on the play.
Yeah, turn 1 Chalice on the plate at the cost of
He can worry
cards.
about the rest. So he's got a Urborg, I believe. Does Urborg come to play tapped?
No, it does not.
Does not. It's either an Urborg or a Dismember.
I think that's a dismember.
Yeah. So look, it's a sketchy one.
He's kept it and bottomed that because that
Surprise
is
the
not
card to the
that is
bottom.
not a land.
He has to go for it. He will get blown out by force of will.
Yeah,
but
there
it doesn't matter.
There it is. And the force. Oh, that's brutal.
Pitching one of the 3 brainstorms. I don't think Matt could be happier. His
No.
opponent's down to 2 cards in hand.
Yep. Yeah.
A Smasher and a Dismember. However, assuming
Oh.
Spirit Guide off the top, he can cast a Dismember if need be.
He can, but he needs land. There it is. So Cavern of Souls. Obviously naming Eldrazi.
So Brainstorm end step into Mentor, Gitaxian Probe, Polluted Delta. This is a Snapperino, Keeperino.
Yep. You're keeping that. What are you putting back? Like, what order do you reckon?
I want to keep all those cards.
Yep,
So,
so
I
just-
will be able to use Gitaxian Probe to chain into everything.
Yeah, sure.
Right, he will lose 1 card if you. Yeah.
Yeah. So very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate.
He put the second Brainstorm back. I think.
Yeah.
He had 3. So
Yeah, of course. You don't need them all in your hand at once.
Brainstorm's usually best when you put and treat the angels on top of your library.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Or the terminus that you drew as your second card for the turn.
So Mentor gonna get dismembered with the quickness.
Yep. Doesn't think twice about it.
He will Gitaxian Probe. Well, the way it works is Matt casts it, it resolves. Matt has priority.
Yes. Yep. So Matt.
Gitaxian Probe. Sully throws his hand down in disgust. I feel for the bloke. I really do.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, look, there would have been somewhat of a game. The Chalice on 1.
Yes.
And it's,
If the Chalice on 1 resolved, Matt would have a 2-card hand.
Yep.
But I guess he'd disenchant.
There's the Chalice on 1.
But Matt has the disenchant, so
Has
he's not
this
even
chance. Also has the Force of Will in hand, so he could have just countered it if he wanted to.
I think he either doesn't have a blue card or he values the card disadvantage.
Well, I agree. I think so. He does have the blue card in hand, but I think he sided in the disenchants purely for the
Chalice
Chalice.
and Jitte.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no point throwing away a counterspell that is relevant to the rest of the matchup when you have the specific answer to the card that's in play. I mean, it slows you down a turn, maybe. So he spends this turn disenchanting rather than doing something else. But
Well, now Matt's just playing pump aggro, right? He's just casting as many spells in his main phase. Oh, this is end step, isn't it? Because the token's already tapped.
yes, this would be.
I think Matt will win with this 1-1. The number of cards that have to be drawn in the correct order for this to go well for Sully.
Yep. Yeah. Meanwhile, Matt's having his way with his deck. He's getting to see all the cards. No top yet. But hasn't really mattered. He had the brainstorms, had the ponders to get to the stuff that he wanted.
And Matt has a diabolic edict just spotted in his hand, which means I actually do not think there is a way out for Sully.
No.
It would have to be Ancient Tomb to City of Traders,
Yep.
and not die from the 1/1 in the process of hurting himself.
Yes.
Then he has to draw a second creature.
Yep.
And then a third creature because there's Edict, Force. Force is relevant.
Yeah.
Edict and Plow.
Yeah, of course. So, but yeah, I mean, like he's unlikely to be playing anything, if any creatures a turn, but he's very unlikely to be playing any more than one.
Yep. And Matt has all the time in the world to set up shop.
Yep.
I do think he's just going to start churning through his deck, and there's a big threat in Tasiga.
Oh, that's
the golden banana.
That's a nice card to gain from black.
And now he can buy back either Brainstorm or Disenchant, making his life easy.
The man in the chair.
I once cast 5 Brainstorms in the game with Snapcaster Mage.
Interesting that he chose to...
I couldn't have lost.
Interesting that he chose to exile...
Another good taxing probe. Sully throws his hand down in utter disgust. The day's even more backbreaking.
What cards were exiled for the delve there?
Everything but...
Because he then cast the probe and put it in the exile pile?
No, the probe, they're not exiled.
Ah, sorry. So the exile's off camera. I apologise. All right, so he can, yeah.
So Sully draws he can jam out the Jitte, which I think he has to.
So second Cavern of Souls, obviously naming Gorilla.
Abandon hope. Ape.
Ape, rather.
Well, I mean, it is relevant, right? He could theoretically cast a Simian Spirit Guide if he drew
It's
one.
a castable card. I mean, he's seen 3 already. It's not likely, but it's a line.
And Sully
packs it up.
Packs in the hand.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate
way for the finals at General Games here in Caulfield, Melbourne.
Yeah, definitely not indicative of either player's skill. I mean, well, Matt definitely
played his role beautifully.
Yep.
But
Sully just punished.
Anyway, so thank you for joining us,
yeah.
everyone. We look forward to doing more commentary and providing more content for you later on.
Thanks, guys.